Boobs, 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 and more boobs. At this very moment, across the world, there are people, human beings, walking among us, and they have boobs. Large, gelatinous objects with nipples on them. Now, most of these beings don't seem to care that they have boobs, or they're more concerned with all the other people that are so concerned about them having boobs, if you know what I'm saying. Like, they have boobs, they know they have boobs, they can't unboob themselves, they can't remove the boob from themselves. Or if they were to do that, it would be kind of an ugly thing, and they don't want to go there mentally. Most people don't. It's not a bad thing to have a boob unless you're deranged, in which case you might think boobs are wrong. You might want to remove your boobs or make them grow, which is also deranged. Like, you want them to grow without them growing naturally, so you want to stuff the boob area with other things so that you can, you know, assume more power in some way. You think that having a bigger boob will lend more power to you. Now, I've been watching boobs for many years, and in fact, I have boobs. They don't, they don't work in the same way that real boobs work. I know a lot of people would like to think that man boobs can provide milk, but they can't. And so they're not quite the same as every other boob. But suffice it to say that I have boobs, and I care about boobs, and I think about boobs, and I like to look at boobs. And I'm not, I guess it goes without saying that I'm a bit of a boob myself. I think that goes without saying. I think I might as well, I just figured I ought to, I should have added that because I was on a roll with all of that. Anyway, I care about boobs. I have a point. I do have a point. I'm a man and I care about boobs, but here's the thing. When you strip away the boob, what do you have? You have a human being. And what is a human being? I guess we'd all like to know. At some point, we'd like to figure that out. What it is, what makes a human being, what causes sexual attraction, and why are boobs so important? Is it really the boob? At the end of the day, without boobs, you know, there's still something else going on. There's still something else going on. I can give you reasons for that, but I don't feel articulate enough to do that. I can provide evidence for that, but I don't feel articulate at this very moment. But I know there's something else going on. At least I assume that. I mean, if you just had a boob, that's not enough. Everybody knows that. It's not enough. There's the energy behind the boob. There is the feeling behind the boob. There is your feeling as a boob observing person, as someone who cares about boobs. You care about boobs, and what I'm saying is that there's depth to it. If you just had a disembodied boob, nobody wants to touch a disembodied boob. Everybody knows that that boob is currently rotting or will rot. And it really, disembodied boobs, not to be prejudiced, but disembodied boobs have no purpose. They're gross, really. I mean, if you took a disembodied boob and you laid it flat on a table, you're probably going to mess up that table. I mean, you'd have to clean up the table afterward. You know? We talk about boobs and we talk about nipples and we talk about, suckling, you know? And there's a thing that happens when boobs are manipulated in different ways. There's an energy component to the manipulation of a boob. And why does that matter? Well, it happens to matter a great deal. Because if somebody enjoys their boobs being manipulated, and if someone who observes boobs and wants to touch those boobs knows that the person that holds those boobs, the person that has those boobs, desires those boobs to be manipulated by their lover, then you would want to do that. It all makes very much sense, but you can't have the boob without the person. It doesn't work. The person is attached to the boob. There's more going on. It's not just about the boob. It's not just the boob. I have man boobs, and they don't work the same as regular boobs, but it's not like you're looking for milk every time. It's not like you're thirsty when you're manipulating a boob. You're more sexually aroused than thirsty, and that's a very different feeling. It's not like you're thirsting after milk when you're suckling on a boob. So, what is it? What is that? What does that mean? It's not just about the boob. And what is that? What's behind it? What is it the sound? Are we really just brains with bodies with sounds that we make? Or is there more going on? I mean, I'm chasing after a feeling when I'm desiring a boob. When I'm suckling on a boob, I'm chasing after a feeling. And the person who has the boob, who is having their boobs manipulated and suckled by me, probably is experiencing a feeling. And maybe they wanted that to happen. And maybe, they're, one could say they're chasing a feeling. And what is that? And what are feelings? The energy behind the boob. What is behind the boob? It's not just about boobs.